want to give you an example.
Yeah.
I pulled Maggie Haberman, obviously a very famous
Yeah.
journalist.
Sure.
Um, One of her most recently indexed articles was about Trump. Trump plans to fire FDA commissioner. It was from May or June, I think.
Okay.
Must
Yeah.
have been May. The article has a 496 out of 1,000 rating,
Hmm.
and primarily she seems to have been digged for its sourcing. Sources rating is 182 out of 1,000. And I assume this is an AI summary. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It says
Yeah.
there is one named directly quoted source, President Trump, who was quoted dismissing the firing report. There are two anonymous sources, a person briefed on the matter and a person close to the conversations. So I will say up front, I agree with the concept that when you name a source, that is a much stronger attribution method than anonymous
Absolutely.
sourcing. It carries higher weight, it carries more legitimacy. When I work on stories, I always encourage people to go on the record, but there are lots of reasons why you can't. And in this case, the on the record source is Donald Trump, who has an enormous history of changing his mind every 10
Yeah.
seconds and flat out lying about
Well,
things.
well, but that's also the thing. Donald Trump, because of the intense scrutiny placed upon him, more or less has a permanent record in the public consciousness, that is well documented, right?
But you
Versus,
wouldn't say he's a source who is very trustworthy, would you? Like it seems that your AI, your LLM has assigned Trump a level of. I mean, to be clear, this story. So Haberman was given a 182 score, and 2 days after the story published, I checked, the FDA commissioner was fired or left or something. So she
great.
was correct.
So she's correct, and that's actually really powerful. And that is, you're anticipating like a version 2 feature, which is predicting the future,
Hmm.
right? So if Maggie Haberman says the FDA commission is about to be about to step down, and predicts that, right, with anonymous sources, her rating in a future version would dramatically increase if that was proven to be true later.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
So
guess
like
so.
like that's a very powerful indicator of quality of journalism. Now, the philosophical difference that I think you and I can let's discuss is the use of anonymous sources, right? So um, the use of anonymous sources is a powerful asymmetry, because the person who is being attacked by the anonymous source is named, but there is no opportunity to rebut or analyze the credibility of the anonymous source because it sits behind, uh, a claim made by the journalist or the editorial board. Now, what we don't know with anonymous sources used by major media outlets is the level of verification that was undertaken. And I think this is a major structural gap that leads to and is one of the primary reasons why public trust in media has declined so substantially. So, in a better world, Maggie Haberman would not have said, um, a source close to the president says X. She would have said, a source who was independently verified, maybe by the primary, said X, right? And how could that anonymous source verification happen? Well, it's actually a cryptographically complex problem. It's one of the things that my engineering team and myself spend actually most of our time on because, well, do we know that they worked? Was it a source close to the president or was it someone who worked at the White House? Could they verify that they have a White House ID?